You Up with Kasandra Prieto, your best friend in real estate, sponsored by Tucson Appliance, Chris and Corbin Edwards. And we are back with yet another special guest. And man, I've known this girl, my homegirl, who's here to just tell us the most incredible stories. She has been through so much, and I truly feel you are going to be touched and inspired today. So if you haven't already, make sure that you get your pen and paper so that you could take notes and truly pay attention to all the takeaways that we are going to hear and listen to today. Before we dive in and I introduce you to my special guest, I'm going to go over our mission statement. So guys, we've been doing this for a few months now, and I just want to remind everyone that there is a reason and a why behind lifting you up with Kasandra Prieto. Our mission is to elevate, empower, and celebrate the stories of Hispanic leaders and local business owners in our community. Through meaningful, heartfelt conversations, we shine the light on individuals who have overcome cultural conditioning, self-doubt, and struggle. And they've chosen to rise, lead, and inspire us. This platform, co-hosted by Chris Edwards and myself, is dedicated to telling more than just stories. It's about sharing real turning points, deep self-discoveries, and the wisdom gained along the way. We believe that these voices matter. They reflect the heart of our community and the strength within our culture. Without further ado, I have Miss Lupita Haro. How are you, my friend?
I'm great. Thank you so much for the introduction. You're so sweet.
Good. Today we're going to hear some really heartfelt stories, I'm pretty sure, because I know this woman, and she is just walking transparency and just so giving to every single interaction that she has. So I'm going to dive right into her bio, and then we're going to dive right into the questions. Lupita, you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Good. It's not as bad as we thought, right? Yeah. Okay, so Lupita Haro, a heart-led powerhouse, and my homegirl, let me just say, my homegirl. Lupita has been an essential part of her organization for many years. Most recent as Santa Cruz Health, El Rio Community Health Center. Her dedication, warmth, and unwavering commitment to helping others have left a long-lasting impact on everyone that she touches, everyone around her. She's literally built deep, genuine connections throughout the community. I mean, I've experienced them so many times, Lupita. It's just so incredible. And people simply adore her. Seriously. Always ready to lend a hand, whether through her work, her notary services, her consulting services, administrative services, or just her loving presence. Lupita is the kind of woman who gives without hesitation and without expecting anything back, ever. And she uplifts with every single interaction. And man, I mean, I think te quedé cortita. This is a bilingual show, so you hear me back and forth. But man, Lupita, I'm so happy and so excited to have you here on this program for the next 30 minutes. And I really want to dive into so many highlights of your life, because you do so much. And you've been here for a minute, so tell me how you're feeling about all of what I've said.
I think you're much too kind, Cassandra.
Oh,
but I appreciate it very much. So thank you for you uplifting everyone as well. So
thank you.
We make a good pair.
Yes, we do, and we're homegirls. So
right,
I gotta keep saying that.
I know.
So Lupita, we're going to dive into the first question, and we have 3 questions that we go throughout the show, and then after that we just dive a little bit into the different areas and whatever else we want to share.
Sure.
I really want you to talk about your current, status and some of the most recent situations that are going on, and we want to help you and spread the word of how we can help you this coming week with the situation with your son. So we'll dive into that, and I don't know if that's going to be connected to this, but our first question, and I love asking everybody this, what has been a moment that was a turning point for you, a moment that changed your path entirely, where you had 2 choices and you had no choice but go through one, and I want to hear about that experience.
Yeah, I think probably losing my mother many, many years ago, because that came with a package that I took care of. I didn't have to, I chose to. And that was taking care of my younger sisters. They're twins. And I think I just chose to take care of them and be the mom figure to them when they were very young.
How old were you?
How old was I? I think I was about going to be 30 when that happened. So yeah, I think that was my most defining moment because I knew that I had to step up and be a much better leader, much better, person to them, not just my children, so to them. And that led me to the path of coming to Tucson for bigger opportunities. And they were going to a Med Start program, and then they graduated from Douglas High School, and then we came here. Yeah, right. And then they came here, and now I'm just super proud of them because they've done a fantastic job with their lives and leadership in California. And so I think that's probably the biggest defining moment that led me to the path here, where I also grew and have done quite a few things for the healthcare community, because that's all I've worked in is healthcare here in Tucson. So.
I love that, and man, I feel like a lot of people listening are probably going to even listen closer right now when we speak about losses.
Oh yeah.
Right, and that's one of the biggest ones that most of us will get to go through at some point in our lives. So tell me, Lupita, and I want to dive a little bit more into what is it, what examples and what I want to take you back a little bit to what it was like, with your siblings and how you were helping them, and what were some of those challenges. But right before we go into that, I want to ask you something that goes right along with it. What did you learn about yourself that you had no idea you had in you through that experience?
Well, at 29 with 3 children already, and then taking on some teenagers, I felt I didn't know that I had so much resilience, first of all. And I didn't know how to mother teenagers.
So you had 3 children.
Yes, and then later on I had Joseph.
Yeah, but you had 3 children, and your siblings were in their teens.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So tell me more. And you're 29, and you just take all of this on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow. Tell me more about that.
It was just like being the mom and learning how to, scold them when I needed to. They were very good to me, though. They listened. And I think the funniest thing about the whole thing is that when I'd scold them, all the kids from their generation would come over and hang out with them because they were grounded. So that was kind of fun. So I learned a lot with teenage girls.
Teenage
especially.
girls.
Mm-hmm.
You had 5 kids.
So 5 kids, yeah.
Yeah, all together for a while. Until you moved out here to Tucson.
Right.
And then you brought everybody up here?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Tell me about what that transition looked like. Where'd you go live? Were you living by yourself? Were you single? Were you married?
Yeah.
How do you do that? How do you afford that?
It just takes a lot of wit and a lot of work and a lot of extra work. Not just your job, but other and family help. So it was not that hard to do. You just do it. You just take the initiative to do it, and you say you have to do it, you do it. So yeah, that's how I was raised, I guess. And so,
Lupita, you are one of how many?
I am one of 11 children.
11
yes.
children. Okay. So was it you and then the other 2, the little ones, the teenagers?
Oh no, there's 7 girls and 4 boys, and the last ones were twins.
Oh my gosh. 4 boys. So what about the rest of your siblings? So you just kind of took the lead on, hey, I'm going to take care of the little ones that can't be on their own?
Right.
Okay.
And all my other brothers and sisters are older. And so, I also helped guide them when they needed a mom talk or whatever. My sisters, my brothers, and I kind of was like the matriarch of our family. So
okay.
yeah.
Where do you land on the like on the line of birth?
Second to the eldest.
Second to, okay, all right. So you're okay. Maturity, and when we think of people that we look up to and stuff, and it's usually going to be our older siblings.
Right.
Wow, this is just so incredible. So you and all your siblings grew up in the same household.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You and all your siblings, I imagine, grew up with the same rules.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, we did.
With the same parents.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And
somehow, Lupita ends up in the position that I am responsible. So, this radio show, I every time I dive in more and more, I get so curious. Like, what makes us the human beings that what shapes us to who we become? Me and my sister, we grew up in the same household, the same mother, same roles. I'm completely different, right? Like, I have different meanings to how I see the world than she does. But what do you think, has Lupita deciding that she is going to take responsibility for these little ones? Like, what's the difference, or what do you think happened at some point that made you feel like you had that calling?
I don't know. I
Dig
truly
deep,
don't know.
Lupita.
I don't know. Now, when I think about it, I really don't know.
Yeah, like, that's
It's just
incredible. You see that? Like, it's
Yeah.
not something you were taught. You were like, nobody, because then all your siblings would have been taught the same. Like, what makes your heart say, I need to adopt these children and take them on with me? And not only that, along with my kids, and let's move, and you're single, and you're like, how did you pay your bills? Like, and I haven't heard a hesitation of your question, like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able, you just do it. Like, what, how?
Yeah, you just meet people along the way that'll help you. And I think my family probably saw me as someone that could lead that and, figure things out on my own and then teach them. I really just think that's what happened. We all pitched in and we all helped each other. And I think that's what a family does, is pitch in and help each other out, and we grow. And still to this day, I get a lot of, what's going to happen? What are you going to do? What are you thinking? And I'm like, well, I'm not sure what I'm thinking today, but I'll do my best, So, yeah.
So you've always been respected and highly desired upon advice, right?
Right.
And
For advice, yes.
So
I just figured that that's what I need to do, and that's what I need to focus on, and that's my calling, I guess. Yeah.
And that's what you've taken into everything that you touch.
Yeah, literally, yes.
I've seen it. I have seen it firsthand. Lupita, I want to ask you another question. If anybody right now is listening, if you knew that there is a listener right now that is going through a similar situation, anything similar, they've just lost, someone that's really dear to them, and there are, kids that potentially need help, and they're thinking of taking them on. If somebody's listening to you that is, it's okay, we could just turn that off. If somebody's listening here that is going through a similar situation, what would you say to them?
Just go with it. Just do what you need to do. Don't even think about it, because every good thing that you do in life always comes back in a much bigger way.
Oh yeah.
It's just it just happens. You just don't think about it. You just let it go. Let it come through you, and do it. And I don't think I'd hesitate in a moment if I had to help again with something. You just rearrange your life, and it'll come back to you twofold, threefold. Believe me, it does come back.
Yeah, and you've probably experienced that.
And I've experienced that a lot of goodness. I've met a lot of people here in the community that have given back to me so much. And I don't need accolades. I just, want to be a good person to everyone, because it does come back to you and you feel good about it. Your heart feels really good. So yeah.
Is there anything else before we dive into the rest of the conversation that you want to add, Lupita? I feel like it's such a unique and beautiful background and experience, everything you kind of just grew up with, and it was so early on, and all the responsibility that you took. And I love learning these different things about these people that I've known forever. I didn't know that you did all of that, right? You sacrificed a lot of your life, and I don't hear any regret. I don't hear, and that's just who you've always been, it sounds like.
You just have to, it has to come to you and through you for those things to happen, and not even flinch about anything. I think in my professional experience, it's, interesting that my first career here in Tucson was at the Arizona Cancer Center. I mean, and that was on my mom's birthday, so that really meant a lot to me, and I flourished in the lab department, and then I moved down to cancer prevention and control, and I was an assistant to an oncologist, and he had a Juntos contra el Cáncer, which was very dear to my heart because of my mom, Hispanic woman, young at 50. She passed away at 50, so she didn't have the means to get the help that she needed, so she passed on. And so I guess those things, have led me to help other people, and so that's meaningful to me. And then of course I've always stayed in the healthcare community. My last job was at El Rio Community Health Center, and I was a recruiter, a physician recruiter. And I started a long time ago. I think there was 26 providers when I started, and I left with having had at least 400 staff members there, doctors. And so I think, not that I want accolades about it, but I think instrumental in helping that community health center grow, and I'm very, very proud of that. So when I semi-retired, I went to another community health center in Nogales, Mariposa Community Health Center. As you know, it's a struggle to get doctors in the rural communities, and so we're trying. I'm working with them and teaching them everything I know, what I know about recruitment. I love to engage with the physicians that we bring into the community by helping them find housing, making sure that they know that they meet people that would be good for them to know. Kasandra, you've been an instrumental help to me. That's why I always say I'm going to my homegirl, because she knows how to take care of my people. And you do an extremely wonderful job. So, having met you and collaborating with you on so many things it's been so helpful to me. So thank you for all that you do for me and as well. And thank you to the community for everything that they've helped me with as well.
I love that you say that, because that segues right into our conversation, our final conversation about, I have seen through knowing you, Lupita, how many people adore you. There's nothing that they wouldn't do for Lupita Haro. And there's this specific, really difficult, heartbreaking situation that you've been going through your family for a while. So we've got about 11 minutes. Let's talk about that a little bit, and I want you to share with the community how they can help you. And that's this week, so we want to make sure everybody knows.
So many of my friends do know that my son, who is 48 years old, is suffering from stage 4 colorectal cancer, and metastasized and all that. So we don't know what the future holds, but we are doing everything that we can to help him with his medical expenses. Long journey. He's been in the hospital most of the summer. He's going to get out today. So hopefully things will start working for him. There's just still a long road ahead. One of the things that the community can do, last year I went to the Cologuard Classic, and one of the speakers mentioned that the Hispanic community was a very hard nut to crack. In other words, it's hard to get anyone to get a colon cancer screening, and that's probably my number one thing. Ask of the community is to make sure that you invite people to get that colon cancer screening. Cologuard offers them to be done at home. They send you a kit if you can get a hold of them, or you can do that through your primary care provider. And also, so that'll help a lot. and trying to prevent that from happening, because I think if my son would have gone, we would be at another a stage in his life and ours as well. So we're faced with these issues and things, and now we just have to trek through them and try to make them better. The second thing, the community has been really good to me. We recently had a dance fundraiser, but next week, thank you to the Icharo group, my friends Ray Flores and Candace Flores. They have been so kind to me. We are having 3 different fundraisers, one on the August 11th at Monday at Charo Chico on Campbell, and one at Pub 1922 in Sahuarita. That's to invite my new community over in Nogales and Sahuarita.
Oh, I love how you're including them.
Including them as well. They become my family as well. And then, of course, the Monica, because that is my favorite place to go dine.
Our
very favorite place to go dine. And I invite you to come and visit with us and support my son. 22% of your dinner will be going towards his cause. And so I truly do appreciate that. Let's see what else. And just remember to get your colon cancer screening done.
Yes.
Visit the Cologuard Classic. Show what we're all about. Show our community, and just be as helpful as possible. Always remain, true to yourself, in that you are a good person, and that you'll do the best you can for your community. I think that's really important to know.
Oh, Lupita, and you are the true walking example of that. You truly are. And I'm going to ask on behalf of you one more thing. If you guys can send prayers her way and her family's way for her son, that would be wonderful. The more, the better. And I want to just highlight again. So she has 3 of these fundraisers. There are 3 different days, right?
Right.
And so the first day is going to be, and just to clarify, so you go, you purchase food, and we're going to give you just the details of the hours and stuff. And 22% of this, the Flores family is going to donate. Right, to help your son's medical costs. So that is so beautiful. I mean,
it is.
Talk about them being involved in everything.
They
as well.
are.
They really have been. They're wonderful. But so Charo Chico on Monday, this coming Monday the 11th, it's an all-day thing. Anything that you order, do they have to mention that they're doing that, or is that just?
They have to have the flyer, or they can take follow our pages, Armando's Journey on Facebook.
Armando's Journey.
They have the electronic version, and they can present that.
Okay, the little QR code.
Yeah.
All right. So Armando's
Journey.
So on Facebook, look for Armando's Journey, and I'm sure that if you look for El Charo, or if you look for Lupita Haro, or you look for Kasandra Prieto, you'll find us all sharing these. So you probably can take a picture, a screenshot, get the QR code. But if you go on Monday, you have that. 22% of those proceeds are going to help Lupita's son Armando, and this is going to be at Charo Chico. Then on Tuesday, August 12th, from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m., any dine out is going to be at the Vintage Flavor Pub. Is that 1922 Vintage Flavor Pub? And this is, do you know what the crossroads are, Lupita? This is going to be in Nogales, right?
No, it's in Sahuarita, and it's in the Fry Shopping Center. I think it's on exit 75.
Exit 75, possibly, and this is in Sahuarita. So if you guys go from 5 to 8, they're also going to be donating that 22% from the proceeds to Lupita's son's journey. And then on Wednesday, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m., our favorite spot, the Monica, and anything that you purchase there, as long as you have these flyers, will be contributed to Armando's Journey. So if you have ever had anybody with, if you've ever experienced having a loved one going through this situation, please, we need your prayers, we need your support. And Lupita, I think when you say putting out there what you want to be given back to you is just like you are that prime example of that. This is a prime example of how well of an amazing job you've done over your entire life, planting so many seeds, giving so much. You are that first person, like, I mean, to this day, you stop everything and just take care of your kids. You are the prime example of someone that's been dedicated to her family her entire life. And that's beautiful. That's beautiful. I'm so honored to have you as my friend. I am so honored to have you as a mentor. I'm so grateful that I met you. You are truly a prime example of what somebody should be. Humanity, kindness, love. So thank you. We're running out of time, but before we kind of just wrap everything up, is there anything else that you want to add, Lupita? Thank you so much for being on the show today.
What would I want to add?
Anything.
In this troubling time that we are going through, just stay focused, stay faithful, stay, just grounded, be true to yourself and be kind to all those people that walk your path, because you never know when you're going to need something or they're going to need you. I'm very happy that I got to meet Kasandra through another dear friend, and always so helpful to me in anything that I need. You guys make me feel young. You guys make me feel wanted.
And beautiful.
Your expertise on so many things has transformed how I do business with others and how I make recommendations. And so I too want to extend my sincere gratitude for everything. It's like you're the daughter that I need to have in my life as well. I have a daughter, but another one is always welcome.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I am so honored and grateful to have you here and to have you in my life. And I mean that with every bit of who I am as a person. You have really been a huge part of my life, Lupita.
Thank you.
I appreciate you so much. But everybody, I hope that you had lots of takeaways. I mean, a story of resilience, sacrifice, kindness, and truly believing that it all comes back. And in these challenging moments, you are reaping the fruit, or reaping the goods,
right.
Or I don't even know how to say that.
Reaping whatever I've done, but that's not why I did it all my life. It's really not. It's just making sure that when you love your children, you'll move mountains for them.
Yeah.
And yes,
And you have.
And I have.
And you have. And you continue. So if you guys want to support, please do. And everybody, thank you so much for being on the show. We'll give one last shout out to Chris and Corbin Edwards with Tucson Appliance for sponsoring this platform. We're so grateful and so blessed to have the opportunity to be able to share with everyone not only beautiful, wonderful stories, but a way that people can have an impact, right? Touching people like your son. And I want to send a huge shout out to the Flores family. Like, wow, everything that they are doing for you. Those are true friends. They're wonderful people.
Very good friends.
They get involved in everything. They're just, they're wonderful. So big shout out to them. And again, this was Lifting You Up with Kasandra Prieto, your best friend in real estate. Anything you need real estate related, please remember that you can always call me. You can literally just Google me and you'll probably find my number. I have every single platform when it comes to social media. So Kasandra Prieto with a K and one S. Prieto from Agua Prieta. If you know how to spell that, then you should be able to spell my last name. But if you guys have any questions, if you guys have any contributions, additional contributions that you want to give for Ms. Lupita, just reach out to me and I will be more than happy to put you in touch with Lupita. Lupita, actually, you know what? Do you want to give your phone number just in case anybody wanted to give an additional contribution, or do you want them to go through me?
You can do them through my Gmail.
Through your Gmail? Okay, go ahead and give us your Gmail.
LupitaH0104@gmail.com.
Perfect.
Thank you.
All right, guys, if you have any questions, make sure to reach out. We really honor you and thank you for being with us on Lifting You Up with Kasandra Prieto, your best friend in real estate, sponsored by Tucson Appliance, Chris and Corbin Edwards. We will see you guys next Saturday.